Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think it'd be a bit of a giggle to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Deezer. There's loads, and all done within a couple of minutes of uploading and finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you've got the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout are passionate about helping you succeed. They've helped us out over at the MBS podcast, so you can join us and over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get the message out to the world. Following the link in the show notes lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. This gets you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and it helps support our show. So thanks for that, and we appreciate it. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the MBS podcast with me, John.
And me, Mark.
And today we are talking about happiness. What is happiness? What makes us happy? That kind of stuff, I guess. Mark, any thoughts?
Lots of things. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
All of the things.
The weather, your family, your friends, your work, money. Literally, you could narrow it down to so many different things. Like activities that you do in your spare time.
Yep.
So if you take away a number of things.
Takeaway.
Or takeaway. Even takeaway.
Takeaway.
So who didn't think of that? I'm surprised I didn't think of that first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, you could literally go through every single part of your life, to be fair. I mean, even down to your nice, clean, fresh bed sheets. That's always something nice when you get in bed. Makes me happy. But obviously, not making the bed. That doesn't really make me happy, if I'm honest.
It really sucks because, like, Liz, my wife, is a very small person.
You just put her in a pillowcase.
Yeah, basically put her in a pillowcase. Like, she can't actually physically.
It's a sleeping bag.
She can't put the duvet cover on the duvet and get it down and get it all shaken out and everything because I'd literally come home from work and she'd be tied up in there, just like little voice going, "Help, help!"
Who is this?
Which is about right. That was a nice easy episode then. 1 minute 38 seconds. We've done it. Swish.
Yeah. All covered. All happy.
Yeah.
Are you happy about that?
Yeah. Sweet. I'm happy.
Did that make you happy?
It made me happy. That did. Right. Yeah. Sweet. Right. Let's speak to you all next time. See you later. Cheers. Bye. No, but seriously though, like, it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? Because, like, what really does make you happy? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there are little things that can make you smile, and then, like, 10 minutes later or a couple of minutes later, you're trying to do something else to make yourself happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, overall, sort of being content, overall sort of contentness. I don't even know if that's a word. I might have just made it up.
Yeah.
But, like, do you know what I mean? Just like
so the dictionary. Let's get onto them now. Oxford, are you listening?
Yeah, that's right. No, they're not. They're all out partying and spreading coronavirus.
Yes.
But
they're happy, John.
But they're happy doing it. Yes, that's right. Yeah. But like, it's one of them funny things, isn't it? Because, like, for Liz, my wife, for instance, she is probably at her happiest when she's out and about, whizzing about in her car, and when she's sat in front of the PlayStation.
Or asleep.
Which is a lot. Especially now she's furloughed. But for me, like, I don't mind sitting in front of the PlayStation. It's all right. I'll do it for a couple of hours, but then I get a bit bored a bit quick.
In that respect, it depends what I'm doing, who I'm playing with, because I generally play online with friends, whereas Liz and yourself are more like single player games.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't stand online games. They drive me up the wall.
So there's a difference there. I'll definitely say laughing is a pretty good.
Yeah,
a pretty good one.
Yeah, man.
If
you can get a solid, I mean, like when we, like, obviously we've known each other for years, and like have had a fair old crack along the line, haven't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've had a right old giggle everywhere and mess around, and nothing's too sort of serious or too sort of sensible. That being said, we have both had our like proper serious and sensible chats with each other, haven't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Helped each other
absolutely.
out when we needed to, and you know, wives, girlfriends, bloody house moves, all that sort of.
Bit of everything, really.
Yeah, man.
Cars. Ugh.
Cars.
But we're talking about happiness, John.
Oh yeah, being happy, not having to worry about
don't let it defer. Just wait, I saw the slope. We were going downhill faster, mate.
It's going wrong.
We need to like reverse up that hill a little bit and just stay at the top.
Oh no, we're back on cars again.
Yeah, just stick up there for now.
Yeah, no, don't reverse up to the top because it slides down and crashes into other cars on the way. Just to put that into context, I had a pickup truck that did that in the snow on my road, which is quite a steep hill. It slid down the road and wiped out 3 cars a couple of years back, which
was entertaining
that was
for me.
Yeah, it was alright for you,
but
John.
not for any neighbours
No.
or you
or me.
actually.
No, you had to fork out for all of the insurance. Stupid car. Anyway, so like a lot of things though are like quick fixes, isn't they? For it.
At the end of the day, if your work's going good, your relationship's good, your kids are happy, you've got some money, your car's working, your house is all good.
Yep.
You're happy. If you're doing stuff that you like doing in your spare time.
Yeah, that's true. Like I think I read something.
I think it's a multitude of things, isn't it? I don't think you could just say that one thing continuously makes you happy.
No, I think I read something or saw something years ago, which was like one of those old, like those Confucius say type things, which was something like a wise man enjoys moments of happiness, whereas a fool chases happiness or looks for continual happiness or something like. Do you know what I mean? Like that actually you can't be happy all the time.
No.
Like all the
Some
time.
people are. They're normally locked away.
Or on drugs. Lots and lots of drugs. But like, yeah, like I said, that you can't get that kind of happiness all the time. And like when you think about it, actually, if you were happy all the time, like everything was like la 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 la, unicorns and rainbows and all that all the time, how would you ever know that you were happy? Because you've got to have like the bad, surely.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have the real, like abject, complete polar opposite shitness.
So would you say being content with your life would be classed as being happy?
Yeah, I think like we probably get a bit confused with happiness and content. Not contempt, that's something completely different. Being content. Like you've got to have like a baseline, ain't you? Do you know what I mean? Like a plateau, like a level where you spend most of your time being level. Sometimes you spend it being like really high and happy, and then other times you're like really low and miserable.
Yeah.
And then like you're back to the level again, and then you're back up to the top, and then you're like, yeah. I think you got to be that, but I think people sort of get that a bit confuddlerised, like myself included. Do you know what I mean? Because you sort of like sitting down trying to think about this episode and about what like you could say, because quite clearly none of it's scripted at all. So like where like you know trying to think like positively about things and like what can you talk about with happiness, like what makes you happy, what is true happiness, where does happiness come from? And it's like one of those really subjective things, isn't it? Because like what makes me really happy might not make you really happy at all.
No,
and then like what makes anyone who's listening happy, and do you know what I mean, so on and so forth. So like it's a bit of a like just trying to see overall like what people think like happiness is, I suppose. Just trying to, I'm getting all a bit existential and a bit really too deep.
I would say I'm generally happy when you've not got a lot of bad stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you've not got problems with this or that, the school or your car or your house or money, anything. If you've not got those problems, generally speaking, you're going to be happy to a degree. I'm just quite happy that none of that crap's going on, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Especially at the minute with all the shit that's going on in the world, and like, do you think that with everything that's going on around the world with the pandemic and whatnot, that maybe people are trying a bit too hard to be happy? Like, do you think, like, you know, like you said yourself last time in the last episode that you'd been furloughed?
Mm-hmm.
So apart from I would imagine the first week or so, the first few days where you're like, woo, yeah, I'm off work, I'm getting paid, I've still got a job to go back to, this is cool. Like, after a couple of days, you're then like, right, I've got things to do. So, like, I know you did a bit of decorating.
Yeah, I've had I have my kids quite a lot, and I did a lot of schooling stuff with them. And during the time I didn't have them, I just spent it doing things to my house, and also helping my partner out. She's a key worker, so helping her out with her kids and stuff, because obviously none of them were at school.
Yeah.
So I did that on a couple of occasions at my own house. So I had her children at mine for a bit as well. But in general, I mean, all of that sort of where I kept busy and it was all positive stuff. I was quite happy. I was quite happy with it, you know, to get on with it and just get through it, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think where I was so busy, it went so quick, and just sort of whizzed by. So
yeah,
before I knew it, I was going back to work. I hadn't really got as much stuff done as what I would have hoped either, because I was just busy throughout. So
do you think
for me, that was quite good?
Do you think that you were as happy through that? Like, I don't know. I guess, like, so before COVID, you were like a certain level of happiness. Like, then during your furlough and this whole crazy COVID situation, like, do you think your level of happiness was higher or lower, or was it like?
I would say higher and lower in different respects, because obviously I was losing money, so you've always got that little worry. So when you're thinking about that thing, that's obviously not making you happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you're dealing with that issue, you're not happy. But helping my kids progress through the school when they're not there made me happy.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot of work, but the reward for doing that is great. At the end of the day.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, I'd prefer it if the school were teaching them their actual subjects and going through the right curriculum, but I did as best as I could.
Yeah, of course, and I think
I
like
think
millions of parents
obviously,
up and down this country did the same thing, didn't they?
Yeah,
really?
working on your house and looking at
situation.
it after when you finished each thing, you know, I'm always like to look at what I've done and think, oh, you know, I've done a pretty good job there, and again, that sort of
It's
makes
about as
me
much
quite
as you can
happy.
ask for, really, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Like,
So
to
a
be
bit of
fair.
PlayStation, a bit of extra PlayStation time as
Yeah.
well. So that was always quite nice. Having a chat to my friends, because obviously we couldn't really go out and
Yeah, of
meet
course,
anybody, or you know, I didn't have that communication with like, work colleagues and friends, family. Obviously, you could call people, but it's not the same
No.
as meeting up.
No, I mean, we did an awful, well, because you were involved in them as well, but we did an awful lot of like the Facebook Live or Facebook group chats, like the Messenger chats
Yeah.
or the Zoom style chats and all that lot, which were quite funny. Like some of them, especially with like right at the beginning, with the Facebook Messenger app, because you can do all the silly little filters and that, can't you? Have like silly little heads and masks and bits and
just
bobs.
mess
which
about
are-
while you're doing it.
Yeah, and there's
Have a bit of a giggle.
Yeah, that's it. Just to try and make it a bit less sort of maudlin and a bit less miserable. And
I've watched about 300 TV series over the last few months.
yeah, man, I've
God
definitely
knows how many films.
got my Netflix subscription and my Amazon subscription sorted.
So I need to filter out what I've actually got left to watch rather than the other way around now. So that's quite good.
I got a letter through from Virgin saying like how much internet do you think that you've used, how much data do you think you've used in the last month or the last 2 months. It was just like a little flyery thing. It wasn't like you're coming near your limit, because I've got one of their unlimited inverted commas data program things, but it said like how much do you think you've used, and it's like, do you think you've used 35 gig, do you think you've used 60 gig, do you think you've used 100 gig, do you think you've used like, what do you think you've used downloads wise? And I was like, I don't know, not that much surely, like maybe
Probably
like
about 400.
Yeah, it was like 330 gig data. I was like, oh, that's quite a lot, considering when you think like Netflix HD movies are like 14 megaseconds to run them. It's like, oof.
Yeah, but then you include all your downloads for your PlayStation.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation, the PC, the laptop, 3 mobiles in this house and 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
if-
I'm
do you know
not.
what I
I'm gonna lie. I'm just gonna openly admit now that I pull up outside and just use all your internet as well because I can't be bothered to pay for any. So
mean? update all the
yeah,
all the
that's it.
bits
I
and bobs that
literally
you just-
I hotspot my phone and just literally I'm in there.
That's it. Yeah, brilliant.
Everything plugged
Yeah.
in my car.
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense, mate. If you can pirate it off someone else,
Yeah,
why
that's
pay
it.
for it?
I'll wait till your curtains are closed, obviously, so you can't see me
Oh yeah,
outside.
no,
But
that's right. Yeah,
it's all good.
that's fair.
That made me happy, to be fair.
Yeah, that would to be fair, mate, free internet would make me happy as well. That would make me proper proper happy. That would. But like, it's funny, isn't it? Because like, obviously, throughout the lockdown, I started doing an awful lot of exercise, lost a bit of weight, and bits and bobs, which was pretty cool. But I went from absolutely hating exercise, like hatred is a strong word, and actually physically exercising, hated it. Like, to be fair, even sex kind of like is a bit like that. Yeah, there's a lot of energy involved in that, a lot of effort. I'm not sure I can
Just
be
gonna
bothered.
go and grab a protein shake and be with you in a minute.
Yeah, that's foreplay, mate. What do you want, love? Do you want peach and mango, or do you want bitter lemon? Like, but so I started doing all this exercise, and I got a friend of mine, Amanda, who's on a bit of a weight loss journey as well, which is pretty cool. And we've been going out and about doing, or had been going out and doing quite a lot of exercise, a lot of running, some cycling and bits and bobs, and it actually switched from hatred to really enjoying it and actually being really quite happy when I was running around in the pouring rain, like do you know what I mean, like 5k in.
I think it just clears your mind. When I used to
Yeah.
do it, it's just quite nice.
Maybe it's
Just
that.
chill out, clear your mind. You come home, everything's sort of refreshed. Sort yourself out.
Yeah, because
You're ready to go.
like listen would definitely agree that I kind of, if I didn't do any, if I sort of did my, you're supposed to have your rest day, but I was quite hard with like what I do, so I'd do loads, so I'd be doing my weights and the cardio and all that sort of stuff, and then if I had more than, like, I don't know, if I hadn't planned, if I'd planned to go out with Amanda, so it'd be like exercise day, rest day, exercise day again, and I'd be going out for a 10k ride or whatever with Amanda at 6 o'clock in the evening, because that's when she'd finished work, or when I'd finished work and was able to go out. Like, I was getting really like grumpy, like the morning of the day, and to be fair, towards the end of my rest day, because I wasn't getting like all of the dopamine and the endorphins and everything from doing the exercise. Like, I was getting like well grouchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, like how it. I think, like you said, maybe it is because it's obviously the chemical dump that you get out of it, like the endorphins and all of that sort of stuff. But then also the clearing of the mind, because you haven't got to worry about, for like a couple of hours, you haven't got to worry about what you're having for dinner, what you're doing this afternoon or this evening. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got to go out or you've got to do something. So I don't know. Like that definitely made me happy, which was weird because, like I said before, I mean, like I said, you've known me for years. Like, exercise was walking to the car to go to the shop. Do you know what I mean? It's not, maybe a bit of airsoft, but
It's gone the other way. Yeah, I don't do it now.
Yeah, it's kind of.
To be fair, I do walk up and down my stairs.
Yeah, no,
and I do climb out of bed.
And you have got stairs. Yeah, but you don't even have a high bed anymore.
So I can put walking, climbing. That's I'm doing that every day.
Yeah. I think you probably use that as your training for climbing Mount Everest then.
Yeah. Lifting. I'm lifting all the time. Phone.
Using
Cups,
the lift
glasses,
doesn't count.
Knife, fork,
elevator to our American friends.
So a bit of lifting, bit of walking, and a bit of climbing every day. I would say I'm pretty fit. Do you know, if I put that on paper, everyone would think I was crazy. So I'm just going to go with that now.
Yeah, definitely. Like our local intrepid explorer. Yeah,
get that on your CV, guys. Get that on your CV. So bit of walking, bit of climbing, and a bit of lifting daily. Get it in there. They'll think you're well into it, won't they? They'll love it.
Yeah.
Go for a job. What do you do in your spare time? Bit of lifting. I'll do the odd bit of climbing as well. Yeah, and lots of walking.
Oh yeah. What do you mean by lifting? So like weights? Or so? Yeah. What about climbing? You do climbing? Oh, it must be really physically demanding. Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, daily.
Get my daily dose.
You should see me when I get out of bed and
In and out.
climb out of bed. Yeah, I suppose you climb into bed as well, don't you? Oh, twice a day, or more in some cases. Yeah. Sweet. That's
Makes me happy. I've thought about it in that context. I'm happy. It's made me happy, John.
So,
if I'm honest.
So the key to happiness is bullshit.
Yeah, just that's what the podcast is about.
Yeah, no bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, straight to the point then, I suppose, isn't it? So we could have finished after a minute. And we've got ourselves through to like 19 and a half minutes, and we're now at some bullshitting your way through stuff is the key to happiness.
Literally.
Yeah. That's where we're going. That's it. Done.
Yeah, I think I'm there.
Nailed it.
I'm all right. I'm happy, mate.
That's it. All those big books on philosophy, all the poetry and all that lot.
I got it all wrong.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I've got it
You
all
bullshit
wrong.
your way through it all. It's fine.
Yeah.
Pretty much like we're going to be doing through every single episode of this podcast, I think, to be fair.
Maybe. I'll see how I feel.
Yeah.
If I listen to this first, if I listen to this back first, I'll be happy, mate.
Yeah.
You'll have 100% mark every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So if I come in, I look a bit gloomy, put it on as a warm up. We'll have a listen, and then we're good to go.
And if you listen to it as you're doing your climbing, your walking, and your lifting,
But won't listen to it for a climb on my missus, if I'm honest, because it probably won't go down that well.
mind you, that being said,
It might make me last a bit longer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if I start laughing while I'm doing it, she might take it the wrong way.
Yeah, fair comment. Yeah, no, that's true. So, like, that made me laugh.
See?
So, yeah. See, I'm happy now as well. So, yeah.
You're sitting there with a grin on your face.
I am sitting there with a big old grin on my boat race. That has actually tickled me a little bit, really. Like, for me, like I've always said for years that not actually giving a flying
monkey's ass.
Yeah, is actually the reality. Like things that are really important, like your health, like your kids' health, your family's health, and making sure that you've got a roof over your head and food in your belly are the important things. Which actually, really, I think we're very lucky because there are people that aren't in the situation that we're in, and like I think. As a rule, I think people should be a bit cooler, maybe, try and be a bit more helpful, and just look out for thy neighbour and all that sort of thing. Like we got cracky old Val next door, who's about 840 odd years old, and I still knock on the door, check to make sure she's got bread, milk, butter. Do you know what I mean? Stuff that
even when I lived across the road, we've done that.
Yeah, exactly.
You think we cleaned one of the neighbours' cars who was
unable
to do it.
Yeah, physically.
In fact, two neighbours' cars, because we did Jill's as well.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Well, you did actually. I wasn't here.
Watching you.
I had a load of leftover paint before I moved when I did my house up.
Yep.
And I used that to paint obviously some of yours.
Yep.
Plus
Val's wall.
Val's wall for her. Plus, and I'll give the rest to Jill. So. I'm always happy to sort of get involved. I don't want anything for it. You just get something back.
That's
rewarding.
I think that's the thing, innit? That because that's
be nice.
That's like another very good point, because if you're doing things that help other people, not only do you get a little bit of happiness or satisfaction,
you get back what you put in at the end of the day.
I think you get back a lot more, because do you know what I mean? When Val came out, I was like, oh my god, you've painted. Well, you didn't have to do that. Oh my god, it looks so much better.
Everyone, weren't she?
Yeah, like literally everyone or anyone that would listen, she was telling her when they come. Like the postman was like, yeah, I know, but like, do you know what I mean?
I should have put a sign in the garden, if I'm honest.
Mark painted.
Call me.
Yeah.
and not for painting.
No, that's right. But like. So obviously it made her really happy. Like obviously doing Jill's motor and John's next door, like that made them happy, and they were. What did we get? We got a Kit Kat.
We got a Kit Kat each. A 2-finger Kit Kat each.
Kit Kat each, like we were 10 years old.
I did enjoy it though.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Kit Kat. We had to make our own cup of tea though.
We did.
Which is a travesty, really. But so, like, yeah, maybe like so happiness then. Happiness overall. What are we saying is loads of little things that make you happy, or occasional sporadic things that like leave you with a grin over your normal baseline type day.
Yeah, I'd say that you just have spikes of happiness throughout the day, but maybe not every day.
Yeah, that's
Bad
fair
things
enough.
happen.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to accept the fact that
It's how you deal with things,
that is how you deal with
and that's what will make your happiness come back quicker, isn't it? At the end of the day, if you're having a bad time, you need to just sit down, take a minute, think about the best way of tackling the situation, whether it be asking for help, just talking to someone, finding another route to solve a problem.
Definitely, definitely that.
You know, you can do it yourself half the time, but sometimes you need help.
Yeah.
And if you sort that out, at the end of the day, your happiness is going to come back a lot quicker.
Sitting it,
Even if you're still going through the bad time, you can still be happy going through a bad time.
Of course you can.
Just how you did. If you know you're dealing with something that's going to be resolved,
you
know that's got to make you happy in itself.
It's not material things, is it, that make you happy? It's the little things, I think.
Yeah,
really.
definitely. I mean, some things help.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. If you can afford a nice flashy car and you can afford
Buying
nice
things, you know, people buy stuff and it makes them happy, you know. But that's down to personal preference again, isn't it? Some people like shopping, makes them happy.
Yeah.
I can think nothing worse than walking around 50 clothes shops in a day. To be honest with you,
No.
I'm an in and out person.
Yep.
I want a couple of t-shirts today.
Yeah.
So I'm in and I'm out.
I'm an Amazon shopping person. That's my shopping.
Oh, you're a lazy shopper.
Oh, super lazy, mate. Like I should be doing all this buying local to help local and that, but then like it means going out. Ugh. Don't want to go out. I work a lot at the minute. It's hard work and spending time.
It's easy. It's at the end of the day, isn't it?
And the thing is like I can go. Like let's say you go to like a big shopping centre like Blue Water or Lakeside or the equivalent, like a ginormous shopping mall if you're in the States or whatever. Like you can sit at home with a cup of coffee and a muffin. I don't know, muffin. I'm just trying to think of like
Random. What flavour, John? What flavour are you going
blueberry.
for? Oh, goodness me. That sounds way too healthy.
Oh, blueberry muffin, mate. Blueberry muffins are the best because it's
got
like
chocolate.
It's
Sorry.
it's like digestive biscuits. Digestive biscuits are the king of biscuits. They're the best biscuits in the world. Because see, because of that.
I like
Because of that.
Fox's Butter Crunch biscuits, but I haven't seen them for years.
I've got some in my biscuit tin. Genuinely have got some in the biscuit tin.
Well, you haven't got any in your biscuit tin.
They're all
Because
gone
your
now.
wife has sat there eating them the whole time she's gaming.
Chewing
So
away
there
on
aren't
the
any
biscuits.
biscuits left, unfortunately.
Chowing
But she
down
doesn't want any
the
dinner.
Biscuits. Yeah, no, that's all right though, because that means more chicken for us.
Yes.
Chicken. But like, biscuits. Biscuits make me happy.
Not good food. That's definitely on the list, isn't
Yeah,
it?
man. Yeah, good food. I suppose. Yeah. I don't really know where to
There's definitely an element of everything, isn't there?
Yeah, it's subjective. It's down to the individual, but I think you've got to, like you said, like you've got to look at the fact that you can be having a bit of a bad time, like a lot of people are at the minute, and still take a lot of happiness out of stuff that's going on. Like for example, in the UK for the last, I don't know what seems like the last 17 years, but it's probably actually the last couple of weeks, it's done nothing but torrential rain.
I agree.
And the last couple of 3 days have actually been nice. It's been blue sky and it's been sunny.
It's a bit chilly, but
yes,
it's generally quite clear and quite nice.
It's cold, isn't it? But like getting out and about, being able to go out for a walk. Liz, myself, and my daughter went out for a walk through some woods the other day, and it was only an hour and a half. And it was proper lovely.
Just clears the mind.
Yeah, man. But yeah, being out and about with all the birdies tweeting and all that stuff, it was nice, and actually quite a good dogging car park as well by the looks of it.
You'll be visiting back there.
Yes, but I won't be taking my daughter because that'd be weird.
Yeah, you might not see her again if you do that.
No, and with fair and just reason. Yeah, no, it'd just be the trouble and strife, and anybody in its CT wants it. Yeah, so yeah, I think just sort of being a bit content with everything that's going on and trying not to look at the negatives all the time, although it is hard and sometimes it's not impossible, but there is always positives. There are always positive things, even if it's just a little flower that's for some obscure reason poked its little head out and is flowering as you're walking down the road these days. Like looking at that, actually that's quite a nice little thing to see in the
I'll try and do nice things for other people as well, just to make other people happy at the end of the day. So things like I buy my missus some flowers once a month, you know, she does quite a lot for me, and I'm quite grateful. So it's always nice to show a bit of
Yeah,
appreciation
just a bit of a
you
thanks
know,
back. Or
help out around the house and
buying the woman a box of chocolates in the garage after you've shouted at her when it wasn't even your car that you were shouting at. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes. Don't ever get your car mixed up with someone else's when you're going to pick out from a main dealer. Especially when the other car's not been looked after and it's dented and scratched.
Yeah.
And make you get really angry really fast. Because that just doesn't work. But the celebrations went down quite well.
Yeah, she
today, if I'm honest.
She accepted that apology, I would imagine.
So yeah, but
fair enough.
It was good.
So just being like little things and chilling out, that's what happiness is then, and things that are important to you, because everyone's different, and that's cool as well. I think that'll do for this one. Just a bit of a brief chitty chat. Next up, next episode is gaming and tech, apparently.
Yes, I've got a nice new Steel Series 5 Art Tips 5 headset to sort of have a go on.
And I've got an absolute ton of podcast stuff that, oddly enough, we've been using for this podcast, which is actually pretty cool. And I think, hopefully, this episode sounds a little bit better.
A bit more crisp
than the last one. But I'm also looking at the laptop that I've got open over here with, what we're supposed to be doing in our podcast. That's the wife vaping in the background there. And I've put episode 3, gaming and tech, cool stuff.
So PS5, Xbox One, gaming laptops or gaming PCs. Where do you go?
Yeah,
where do you go? There's a lot of choice, and I mean, you could even put down things like the Oculus, where you can just stream your games. You know, that's a new addition. Obviously, you've got the Switch that's still going strong.
Pretty cool, yeah, man.
It's more of a family console for us. We play a lot of family games on that, so yeah, we can cover all sorts on that one.
Yeah, man. Okay, until next time. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks,
Thanks, John.
Take it easy,
and goodbye.
Bye-bye.